What's up, everyone? This is going to be a simple poll video, to be honest. Not something I do very often, but I figured just for funsies, why not give it a shot? So, a new character just came out. Well, two new characters came out, but this is the one I'm pulling for. So, why am I pulling this character? Because she's a well-dressed waifu. That's how I play these games and enjoy it, is I collect waifus and just have fun with what I have. Also, I'm lacking in green attribute characters in terms of the ones that are my favorites, so this will kind of add to that collection of characters that I can use. For those wondering what kind of character she is, she's basically an HP skilling character that is more, or scaling, not skilling, scaling character that can tank really well and provide some healing. I obviously, as you can see at the top of the screen, I have well enough of those pink or purple horseshoes, whatever they're called, to use to go ahead and do some pulls. Thankfully, it only takes 80 pulls to pity, which focus in on that only 80 pulls, not 250. You know who I'm talking about. But anyway, or you know who you are, I should say. But anyway, only 80 pulls to guarantee your character is great. And I believe there is no 50-50. I think you just get the character straight up. So place your bets on how many 10 pulls it's going to take for me to pull this character. Oh, Kraken's pretty legit. Are you kidding me? In the first 10 pull. That's nuts. That is super nuts. By the way, I also pulled the NSR of another green character that I actually use all the time. So getting a dupe of her is really cool. But I also got the SSR in 110 pull. That's super duper lucky. I'll take it. Plus, I finally got Kraken. I got Kraken on my beta testing. He was really cool, but I actually never pulled him on this version, so that's pretty awesome. So hey, very awesome. Really happy about that. Let me check the probabilities here. Oh, Kraken's not even on rate up. Okay, so I just got extremely lucky there. But Mizuka, I think her name is. She's the green character that I actually use a lot. So getting a dupe of her is pretty exciting. And of course, I got the SSR. So yeah, congrats to me. I'm super hype about that. That is good news. That's what that is. But yeah, I actually got the character. I'm gonna go ahead and just get her level here, and see what's up. Like, I'm not going to do any testing yet because I don't have nearly enough rewards. Oh, by the way, let me do this before I forget. Very important since I use her a lot. Alright, and now let's go ahead and pull up the new character here. Get her leveled real quick. I should have more than enough to get her leveled. Maybe not ascended, but leveled for sure. It looks like I can ascend her one time, so that's pretty cool. And then we can get fully upgrade her. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this character. Obviously, it's going to be a very slow grind because those gold lattices are extremely rare. And I have 0 at the moment. And I don't have enough to level her up either, unfortunately. Yeah, not even close. But hey, we got to start on her. I'll get some modules and shells eventually and all that good stuff. Oh, and as I said in the previous videos, typically when I get a character that I'm going to use, I'll level up everything up until, they need a lattice. Once they need a lattice, then I basically stop until I get lattices for them. And then when I do get lattices, I'm going to start with the skill 3s, finish them all off, and then go to skill 2 and then skill 1. That's basically how I do it. It just makes it easier for me. I'm not trying to complicate stuff. Ultimately, I plan on fully maxing all skills for characters I'm going to use, so that's why I don't prioritize certain skills over another. Because to me, when I build a character, I go all the way. I don't half-ass it. So that's why I do it the way I do it, because I'm going to eventually do it all anyway. It might take a year since these gold lattices are extremely rare, but I'll get there. I do expect lattices to be a little more frequent, but I'll give you a hold on. I am not going to edit that out. I had a little bit of a distraction here, but not sure what I was saying a minute ago. But basically, I'm going to build this character as much as I can. I do think within the next 6 months there are going to be easier ways to get SSR lattices, or I should say gold lattices, because there'll probably be something more rare that comes out later, which will then make this a little more available. So that's going to be my assumption, because that's how these gacha games are. Basically, most resources are kind of finite for like a few months, but then they become more available in the future as more newer resources and more rare resources come out. So just take your time. In terms of gold lattices, again, there's not a whole lot of ways to get them. Now, you can spend some money because there's like a 15, a 30, and then two $100, what you call it, that will give you a gold lattice, and only one, by the way. But even if you're a paid player, you can only get a limited amount of those too. So you don't have that much of an advantage, even if you are a paid player. But anyway, I'm happy I got the character in one tempo. That means I got well over 200 to use on another character that I want in the future. And we'll see what happens from there. Have fun, everyone. Later.